Welcome back to another video in a demolished house. We're mid-strip out and we have a bit of a problem. The strip out team have hit a few issues where they didn't realise it was as difficult as it was. A property circle member came with a team and wanted to strip this whole property back to brick for me just to get the experience. A few days in, they realised it's not as easy as you think it is. So now we've got our other strip out team coming in to complete the job. This is 50% done. Now, some of the things that you need to take into account when you first do a strip out. The day you come in to strip the property back to brick, because this is going back to brick, you need to isolate the gas, the water, and the electric. 3 things that need to be done before anything in this property is touched. And then, get your skip. Order the skip, because if you're on a main road like this, you will need a permit from the council in order to have your skip outside the property. The skip company will take care of the permit for you for a charge. We're in the kitchen. Kitchen has been stripped out, back to brick. Everything's gone. Ceilings are all gone. The only thing that needs to be removed are those 2 stills above the camera because we're raising the roof. Well, the lean-to. We are using a cranked beam system in order to get the shape that we need to get the height that we want. But back to the strip out. Everybody thinks strip outs are a walk in the park. Have you ever tried to strip wallpaper from your property in every bedroom, living room, hallway, or your grandparents' property? It's hard work. Imagine doing that where you're removing every other item in the property. The kitchens, the bathrooms, the skirting board, the architrave, the internal doors, all the plasterboard on the ceilings and on the walls. Guys, it's not easy. That's why it's expensive. To strip a 2-bedroom house out back to brick with waste removal, you're looking between £3,000 to £4,000. Now, most people are like, I'll just do that myself. Yes. Let me know how you get on. Comment below if you've ever stripped a property out with no experience and tell me how you found it. It's not easy. It's time consuming. It should take about 5 to 7 days. But some people do take up to 2 weeks to strip a property out completely back to brick. Even though strip outs might seem like fun at first, when you get the keys to a property, you're like, I'll do the strip out. My advice to you guys is don't. Get the professionals in. Get the people who understand how to do it. Because a lot of people, when a property goes back to brick and it's in all its natural glory, where it's just bricks inside the property, that's where the most inspiration comes from. You've got floor plans, you've all got ideas, you all think you know room sizes, but you don't know until the bricks are showing and you can see the physical space in a room. You might have wardrobes that you've taken out, chimney breasts that you've taken out, walls that you've removed. Once that's done, you start to see it in all its glory, and that's where the inspiration and the vision can start. So when I talk about inspiration and vision, this is a chimney breast, and the depth of this chimney breast is just over ½ metre. Now in this room, that looks like it's a big feature. Some people, it doesn't look like it's a big feature, but because of my experience and my knowledge, I know how much room is going to be in this room once this is removed. Most people can't see it. So that's why I advise a lot of people that once a property goes back to brick, just have another look around it because you might change your opinion. Now in this room, perfect example, if I said I was putting an ensuite in this room, it meets regulations, it meets HMO standards. Removing this, you will see that I can fit an ensuite in here. But if you hadn't seen it before and you've never been in a building that's a HMO, your first instincts will be, there is no way you're going to get an ensuite in this room. But that's why going back to brick can actually help. Now, don't go back to brick just because I've said it and then go, oh, I don't need to do that. because not every property needs to go back to brick. I buy ones that I like to add the most value to. I like to create space. I like my property to be at a certain level, but you don't always need to do this, okay? But getting the right education and being around the right people like me is key. Key takeaways from a strip out. Hire professionals. Make sure you've got the right team, because stripping a house out is not easy. And if you're going to do any configurations like knocking walls out and stuff, you want to make sure you've got professionals in. Speak to your neighbours. Let your neighbours know what you are doing, because strip outs can be noisy, they can be messy, and you want to keep the peace. Make sure you've got your architect and your structural engineer to come in when you are removing any walls, chimney breasts or anything like that, so it's done safely and professionally with the right paperwork. That's really, really important. Isolate the gas, the water and the electric. Make sure you've got your skips in place or your waste removal ready. Make sure you have the team that can make all of this happen. You want to make your job as a property developer or a property investor as easy as possible. And the way that you do that is with organisation, consistency, because you consistently need to show up and perform, having the right team around you, and also actually believing it. Believing that you are great, believing that you can do anything that you need to do, but having the right team around you. My Property Circle can help you massively. We are the fastest growing education company in the UK, and you're getting taught by me, an active property developer who actually does what he says he does. So if you want to join, click the link below, or even if you just want to speak to me and ask me any questions, there's a link below for you to book a call.